Lead Boxer Truth. The anticipated wait is one day away. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua tomorrow on Netflix, taking place in Miami. You have a heavyweight fighter in Anthony Joshua, a gold medalist in Anthony Joshua, who's taking on the YouTube sensation Jake Paul. And even though Anthony Joshua is a former heavyweight champion, former unified champion, not former but gold medalist, Jake Paul is more known around the world. And let's just say this. People are predicting Anthony Joshua to knock out Jake Paul first, second round. But let's just say, what if Jake Paul lasts all the rounds? What if he doesn't get knocked out? What if Jake Paul actually makes it competitive? Somewhat competitive. Do we put Jake Paul on a different level? Does he actually become one of those guys that we mentioned in boxing? Is a legit boxer? You know, because people are still not giving Jake Paul his credit. You know, they say that he hasn't fought real boxers, real competition. But one thing we can say for sure, there's been at least a couple of fights that we can say were legit boxers. And we do know one thing, that Jake Paul does train with real boxers, you know, and he puts in the work. He's the ultimate salesman. He's an ultimate marketing guy. So, you know, this will probably be the easiest fight far as Anthony Joshua not having to sell the fight, because the fight's already been sold to America and to pretty much the world, because that's what type of influence that Jake Paul has. Not saying that Anthony Joshua doesn't have any type of influence, but when you look at it, you got to look at, my kids even know Jake Paul. So if I bring up Anthony Joshua, they wouldn't know Anthony Joshua, but they would know Jake Paul. So with that being said, you know, I always feel like it's a good thing to bring casuals and actual, you know, passionate, regular fans, dedicated fans that actually watch boxing. You got your casuals and your non-casuals. Bringing them together, having everybody talk. Conversations that you would probably never have with a person that you know talks boxing a lot. So you can actually get their perspective of how they feel that the fight will go. One of the best things about this fight that is taking place on Netflix, and that you're not having to spend $70, $80 to watch this fight. So that's a win-win for the fans and for everybody. You know, hopefully we can get more fights like this. Big fights on Netflix and stuff like that, where we don't have to come out of our pockets. And hopefully they keep it like this, where everybody can make money, still give us the fight, but we get it pretty much for free or for the subscription that we already have. With that being said, you know, I'm not bringing up a prediction right now, but if Jake Paul lasts more than 3 or 4 rounds, I believe that he will have more fights in the future. But if this ends quickly, I believe this will be one of Jake Paul's last fights, in my opinion. But I could be wrong, you know. With that being said, Lee's Boxing Truth. Like, comment, you know what to do. Subscribe.